candles burn, green and red, a dance of profit where the brave have blood. Give me again, or give me death. I'll bet it all with my last breath. Stack my gains, I'll count the cost. Fortune favors the ones who've lost. Options roll like dice on fire. Each strike price fuels my desire. No safety nets, no careful bets. I live for the thrill, not the regrets. Every tick's a pulse, every trade's a vein. I'm cashing in on calculated pain. Give me degen, or give me death. I'll bet it all with my last breath. Stack my gains, I'll count the cost. Fortune favors the ones who've lost. I'm trading my fear for a shot at the crown. The bulls charge up, the bears drag down. The screen's my altar, the market's my muse. Win or lose, there's nothing left to choose. Give me degen, or give me death. I'll bet it all with my last breath. Stack my gains, I'll count the cost. Fortune favors the ones who've lost.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kors Show, where I'm Matt Kors and you are the show. Today's a beautiful Tuesday, January the 21st, and man, oh man, is the market pushing higher. The SPY's looking good. The Qs are looking good. Crypto's pushing. We have a lot of individual equities. Palantir's looking phenomenal this morning. Tesla, coins even turning around. Nvidia, there's a lot going on, a lot to chit chat about related to the world's largest casino. But we also have to talk about the overall market. We should talk about, obviously, all the political drama, because for those of you who don't know anything about what's going on in the world, we have a new president. Today is the first full day of President 47, Donald J. Trump's obvious new presidency. So we're going to talk about what is happening there. Of course, we have some ha-has and some hee-hees with some memes, but we also have some important updates that are going to relate to the economy and then thus the stock market. So we should be paying attention to that. For those of you who maybe are also missing out on some of the other larger economic things, right now, the start of the Davos meeting, where basically the richest and most powerful people in the world all meet together and chit chat about how they become more rich and more powerful. So we have a little bit of drama coming out of there as well. We have some generic Piper story updates that I'll be giving you at some point today. We have some generic life updates related to the fact that I was in the market for a new couch and I successfully purchased a new couch. Will that impact the stock market today? I don't know. I just want to let you guys know that I ordered a new couch. I haven't received it yet, but obviously I will be following up on that because that's a pretty big life update for me. Dude, when you're in the market for a couch, it is, there's no rules. That's the wild west of markets. Couches are nuts. Absolutely nuts. So that's an exciting update. Congratulations to you if you're an Ohio State fan, beating Notre Dame. I'm not an Ohio State fan, but I'm definitely a Notre Dame enemy, so I'm happy, kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of a situation. So Ohio State, shout out to you guys representing the Big Ten. That's absolutely awesome. When am I launching my coin? I probably won't be, seeing how all these meme coins go. It's just there's a it's fun at first, and there's about 2 days to 1 week of excitement, and then it just ends very, very poorly. So I will not be in the game of launching my own meme coin, but I'll be in the game of trading them. I currently have some now just to see how it does or it doesn't go. So we're going to see how that all plays out. No updates for you on Apex. I did request out all 20 accounts once again on Friday. Right now, all the accounts are pending under review, so I'm hoping to get some sort of update today, maybe potentially tomorrow, but I assume with the holidays and whatnot, that caused it to get punted a little bit. For those of you in the Discord, you know my current swing plays. I wish I was swinging the overall market, but I did identify two individual equities that I think are going to be doing pretty strong. I'm going to give you a very brief recap of my recap video from yesterday. I created a short list of the equities and really kind of crypto related things that I'm specifically interested in watching in the medium term, basically under Trump's presidency, that I think are going to have a lot of action, a lot of volatility, a lot of ranges, basically a lot of opportunity. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys have your 18th shot of espresso ready to rip. I hope you have turned on your own version of Skynet. Mine's already been trading in pre-market, and it's not starting out so well, but I think we might have an opportunity to make some back. I was working on Skynet over the weekend on these 5 accounts right here. These were the trades I did yesterday because I thought yesterday on the half day that I could lock in one trade to count for a trade day. So that had nothing to do with today's calendar day. I literally did this about 24 hours ago because you guys know on Apex you have to do the 8 trading days. But anyway, Skynet, the bottom 5, the ones like right above my head, you could see Skynet lost 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So kind of down just under $5,000, but the current positions are pushing pretty nicely. So I am paying attention closely to this. And so 2 of them are should I take these profits right now or should I just let these continue to rip? So I'm on version freaking 48 right now of this particular effort on Skynet, and we're going to see how it plays out. But we have a lot to get into, a lot to talk about. You could see the SPY pre-market trading looking pretty good, up about 0.5%. Q's up 0.6%. Bitcoin trading at 104,000. I was watching DJT. I figured it either had to have a big move to the upside or the downside. As you can see, DJT related to the Trump media group, obviously large equity owner, is the new president. Not doing so hot in pre-market, down 6.7, but we've also seen this thing have crazy turnarounds before, so we'll be watching that. Obviously, I'm watching Rum, currently up about 0.8%. We have Coin going all the way from $292 up to $298, nice $6 push there. MSTR, Michael Saylor announced another round of buying of Bitcoin, pushing from $382 to $395. You have Tesla making back some of this late day sell-off from Friday, currently trading at 435. I do think that this could legitimately push to 450. Nvidia looking great in pre-market. Palantir looking great in pre-market. There's a lot going on. For those of you tracking the newest of all meme coins, the Trump meme coin, currently trading at 38. We have a day ahead of us. We have an absolute freaking day ahead of us. So before we get started, if you guys wouldn't mind helping me out with the algorithms on Rumble and YouTube that absolutely run my life, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Say hi to your favorite friend in here, because as you guys turn on your notifications, subscribe and chat, that all adds more engagement and gets this show promoted to more people, because we are slowly but surely spreading the degeneracy throughout the entire world. And on that note, stock futures rise as Trump's second term begins. And he is coming out of the gate swinging. Trump declares national energy emergency, orders U.S. to withdraw from Paris Climate Agreement, and he didn't stop there. The breaking news out of this morning, pulling out of the WHO, Davos is going on. Everyone has their own thoughts and opinions, but as soon as he was sworn in, he took the oath yesterday, we're already getting a bunch of changes. The guy was prepared, but I also want to let you know that there was a bunch of memes as well. I would say that Barron Trump, beyond his dad himself, was the big winner of yesterday. This is meme galore for this guy. He's crazy big. I think he's 6'8", and obviously we have some memes making him even larger. They showed him at all the events yesterday, people chanting his name, hugely popular. And then the other big meme of yesterday was Mark Zuckerberg of Meta, kind of seemingly for a split second there, eyeing up Jeff Bezos's wife, who they were both right behind Trump at the inauguration yesterday. I mean, it's just getting memed to all heck. Me, the movie, subtitles. It just keeps going and going and going and going. So those were the big memes. Barron was the meme. You have Mark Zuckerberg as the meme. That was the, I guess, like social gossip hot drama of yesterday. But obviously, bringing it to more of the real stuff, Trump signs executive orders focused on the border and energy. President delayed TikTok ban and called for a review of economic ties with China. So in the next couple weeks, in the next couple months, the big thing that we're going to talk about is tariffs. But before that, already things are in motion. Trump signed orders to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord and the World Health Organization, which the U.S. could do after a year's notice, and they instructed the Attorney General not to enforce the U.S. ban on social media app TikTok for 75 days. A ban took effect on January 19th before service was restored after Trump said he would intervene. There is a little bit of question to the legality of can he just arbitrarily, especially because he was doing it before he became president, but he kind of needed congressional approval. There was some, I guess, legal aspect of this that are people like, can he just do this with TikTok? But then people are like, well, it doesn't really seem to care because there's a lot of public demand for it to be restored. So it's one of those things that maybe it wasn't legally completely above board, but Congress doesn't seem to care. Obviously, Trump wants it. The population wants it. So no one's really at this point stopping to ask questions. Trump also signed orders and memorandums to cut regulations around energy production and reduce inflation. Yesterday, you probably heard the whole drill, baby, drill. Right now, it seems like Trump is making a concerted effort for the U.S. to not be so much energy reliant on other countries. They include eliminating former President Joe Biden's climate regulations tied to EV production, Trump said. So this actually might specifically help out, we know, his buddy Elon Musk, which was actually another big meme of yesterday. Trump didn't implement new tariffs, did not, but there was a lot of discussion about it. But he said in the Oval Office that he plans to do a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico on February 1st, and that he might still implement universal tariffs. So the countries in question for the whole tariff thing, which once again, at this moment in time, there are no tariffs, but the countries in question are Canada, Mexico, and China. So you got to watch those three. Trump directed federal agencies to evaluate trade policies and economic relationships with China and North American neighbors. So this particular effort is probably going to have a lot to do not only with the Treasury Secretary, Bessent, but also Howard Lutnick, who I was diving a little bit more into both of their backgrounds and their knowledge. They are very capable people. So I know right now, depending on the media source you consume, the tariff thing, there's a good chance that it's like dramatically being blown out of proportion. And I'm optimistic. I am cautiously optimistic that the two guys that Trump has selected to really be leading this effort, they are sharp people. They are shrewd people. I think that this is actually going to, I think of course, we live in the world of probabilities. I think there's a greater probability than not that this is actually net beneficial to us. Anyway, and he directed federal agencies to alleviate persistent U.S. trade deficits and confront what he calls unfair trade and currency policies by other nations. If you crack open the current situation and actually study it, you would say that the trade from our vantage point is actually pretty noteworthy in how disadvantageous it is. So just want to throw that out there. Obviously, it's a very complicated subject, but I'm hopeful. As I said, I am cautiously optimistic for the way this is going. He is focused on China, Canada, and Mexico, directing agencies to assess compliance with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement and the 2020 trade deal with China. Once again, I want to be very clear. No tariffs as of now are implemented. The threat is that they will be implemented on February 1st, but I have a sneaky suspicion that deals are going to be struck before then. So those are the things clearly related to the economy, the stock market. There were some other social issues that, depending on the aisle you're on, you might agree with, you might disagree with. And in order ending DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, Trump directed the Office of Management and Budget and the Office of Personnel Management to help agencies eliminate any programs that hire or promote people based on characteristics excluding race or disability status. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. I think many people are starting to agree with this just because the bounds of DEI kind of grew too much and people were like, this is just getting absolutely ridiculous. I'm fully aware that's not absolutely everyone, and this is something easy for me to say as a straight white fucking handsome, charismatic white dude that I thought it was all a little bit of pushing the bounds, but we're going to see really where the chips fall. Another order ended the federal recognition of people's expressed gender identity, instead recognizing biological sex as defined by the reproductive organs at birth, basically saying, hey, bucko, there's only two genders from a federal level. Trump plans to rename the Gulf of the Gulf of Mexico and the highest mountain of North America's Alaska Denali in executive order. So the Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America, and Mount Denali is actually now Mount McKinley. So those were day one type of things. So as you can imagine, there are many people applauding this overall effort. There's also quite a few people out there who are literally the opposite of happy. CEOs issue stark warning on Europe's future in the new Trump era at the WEF. So the World Economic Forum, which I don't think anyone really respects at all, but they are all talking right now in Davos, and they're not too happy. Trump plans to impose a 25% tariff on Mexico, Canada by February 1st. Obviously, Mexico, Canada are our biggest trade partners. They are not happy with that. Interest rates won't fall as fast as expected if tariffs stoke inflation, according to the UBS CEO. Trade war has no winners. China's vice premier warns as Trump threatens tariffs. You guys need to really appreciate the fact that this whole concept of a trade war, it's always, at least in recent history, I shouldn't say always, that's not completely fair. In recent history, the trade agreements clearly do not favor us at all, not even close to it. So this idea of like, okay, it was equal and now the U.S. is trying to get an upper hand, there's a very, very fair argument that we're just trying to get an equal hand, especially when you consider the other money that we're just arbitrarily giving every country in the world for seemingly no reason. World's biggest sovereign wealth fund warns markets at risk from tariff-fueled inflation. It took not even one day. It took half a day. It took a third of a day for lamestream media to come out and just talk about how absolutely horrible this is across the board. And yes, I understand we live in the world of probabilities. There is a chance that this is completely horrendous. I think there's a better chance that it's net beneficial, and there is also that off chance that it's absolutely phenomenal. My point here is that you gotta pay attention to it. Day to day, week to week, month to month, in the medium short term. This is what's going to be driving the overall market. The SPY, the NASDAQ, the Russells, probably Bitcoin in itself. This is the type of news you have to be a little bit more in tune with, a little bit more informed about, because it's gonna be big. With respect to the overall market, obviously closed yesterday. It was completely closed for equities and bonds. It was a half day in the futures market. And then there's not too much scheduled. Yes, we have some bond auctions throughout the week. Normal initial jobless claims on Thursday. We have some global numbers coming out on Friday. It's really not that big of a week with respect to macroeconomic schedule developments, but why it's going to be so big is what is Trump doing? What is he saying? What are the decisions he's going to be making? Don't forget, also in earnings season. So after the market closes today, we hear from Netflix and United Interactive Brokers, Capital One. Tomorrow, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Halliburton. Also tomorrow, Discover. Then on Thursday, we have American Airlines. On Friday, Verizon, American Express. So I know many of you are interested in Netflix just because it's one of the first major tech plays to be reporting. So that comes out after the market closes today. Ticker symbol NFLX. And then it's really next week when we start getting all those other big tech companies that I know so many of you are interested in. Bitcoin slips, Trump token plunges over 20% as bullish crypto sentiment cools. Let's get a real-time sneak peek at Bitcoin right now. Still holding the 50 EMA, hit the all-time high at 2 a.m. yesterday, the day of inauguration, hitting 109. To me, it's still looking strong. Yeah, it technically did slip from that all-time high, which was short-lived during what had happened. My best estimate was crypto in itself looked a little lethargic, as mainstream media will refer to it. It slipped because during the inauguration, all the executive orders and statements coming out yesterday, nothing related to crypto. And I think there was quite a bit of money betting on the fact that there's going to be like this crazy announcement related to crypto. So I think that's what happened in the short term here. That's my best estimate of what happened in the short term. Obviously, things are already recovering, but it was more of there was unmet expectations. There was expectations that out of the gate we're going to hear a ton about crypto right from the new president's mouth. It just didn't happen. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen today or tomorrow, but on day one we just didn't get anything. So Bitcoin, in my humble opinion, recovering pretty nicely. You see coin looking pretty good in pre-market, up 0.6%. MSTR is actually slightly red right now, but the overall trend is clearly to the upside. The other thing I want to bring your attention to is Trump coin, the newest of meme coins. So if you missed this, Trump's crypto frenzied inauguration weekend makes family billions of dollars richer, at least on paper. So over the weekend, I believe it was Friday evening, Trump tweeted this out. It was the fight. He had the whole website. This is a meme coin. They're making no statements or admissions that it's meant to be anything more. It is the Trump meme coin. At one point, it got as high as the low 70s, I believe. Oh, actually, the upper 70s got as high as 79. Currently trading at 37. Will it get a second life? I have no idea. It's a meme coin. This is crowd psychology. It's the greater fool theory. It is very high risk. It is very high reward. But I think when people hear high reward, they forget the first part, the high risk part. I'm in it myself. I'm currently still green. I got in it pretty early. I got into it Saturday morning. I know other people got into it sub $10, and that's absolutely phenomenal. I think I'm in it closer to like 20 right now. I'm not the biggest fan of these lower highs, these lower lows, but I also know that with one random announcement, this thing could rip to the high heavens. Now, some of you, my astute viewers, might be thinking, what in the world happened Sunday evening? Trump coin was looking super strong, seemingly recovering, and then it just got absolutely murked. And it was actually because they released an entirely additional meme coin, the Melania coin. So this was from her official Trump account, or her official Twitter account. Trump ended up retweeting it. Let me see if I can find it. This one did not perform as well. Melania USD, is this one it? Yeah, this one. Much less of a spike, much less duration. But what it did do was it basically successfully pulled liquidity from Trump coin itself. And that was the start of the downfall, that it could never really just get its footing under it. So I just wanted to give you a quick update there. But that happened Friday, Sunday, and then during the inauguration, right after the inauguration, no clear updates about the economy and all that good stuff. I do want to let you know what Stanley Druckenmiller said recently. But before we do that, quick recap. For the premium selling strategy on Friday, January 17th, I personally was able to make $2.5 thousand. Here's how it went down at 11:20 in the morning. Piper fired off with a bullish signal, 4 out of 5 confidence, which is a 2x multiple, saying, hey, put credit spread on the SPY above 595, and then a Q put credit spread above 518. Those both obviously hit. So for a single unit risk of 360, obviously you could scale this up to your heart's desire. It returned to 100% of the credit, which was $40. I personally traded it on SPX just because European style contracts are a bit better than American. And you can see mine right here. How many did I have? It looks like I had 50, 5975 put credit spreads. That paid. So obviously, if you agreed with that trade, if you were following Piper or anything in between, this would have paid for more than 4 years of service, of access, of membership to the Goonie Trading Discord. If you are not in the Goonie Trading Discord, I want to let you know that right now it is a 1 month free. You get full access to everything. The Piper signal, my trades, other members' trades, the discussion, all the private lectures. You get full access to everything for 100% free. Just sign up for Locals. Macwords.locals.com. The free version is a membership, but you could be a premium version, which is becoming a supporter. That's what you have to be. You have to be a supporter to get into the Discord, and you could be a supporter for free for the first month by using this promo code Goonie. As soon as you get in as a supporter, what you're going to be able to do is see a giant Discord button right here. You can click on that and that'll get you into the Discord, or you could come to the second pinned message and there's the link to the Discord. Obviously, if you have any issues, reach out to me directly, media@MatthewKors.com, or just DM me on Discord, MMK147. If you choose not to be a supporter, there's still a ton of things you're going to get for free, such as the weekly newsletter. Once again, you do not have to be a supporter for this. You could just be a member and you're going to get it for free every single week into your email inbox. I break down the previous week, all the other things to be paying attention to. I give you all the earnings. I try to highlight the ones I think you're going to care about the most. I give you all the macroeconomic events, so there's nothing really scheduled for today. I give you the seasonality for today, particularly Tuesday, January 21st. Historically, as in the past 26 years, the past 27 years, I forget what we're at now, this day does slightly favor the Bears, but it's not an absurdly clear seasonality day. Later on this week, it's a bit bearish, but like this one's kind of cutting back. So you could argue maybe a little bit more neutral on Thursday, and then actually bullish on Friday to conclude the week. But all the real crazy stuff is going to get going next week when we have a slew of macroeconomic events, of earnings. We have an FOMC decision, a lot going on there. Now, what time? Okay, this is perfect timing. Stanley Druckenmiller is a true legend of Wall Street. When he says something, when he does something, people pay attention because this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. The day of inauguration, CNBC interviewed him, and I think he dropped some excellent input, some excellent advice, something worthwhile for us to all not only listen to, but to truly appreciate and understand what he's saying. So this is Stanley Druckenmiller. I believe his current firm is Duquesne Investments or whatever it is, Duquesne Hedge Fund. But this is a guy who's been in the industry for a while. He's rarely wrong, multi-billionaire, dude knows what he's talking about, a true legend of the game.
Joining us right now is Duquesne Family Office Chairman and CEO Stanley Druckenmiller.
Shout out Zero.
First of all, thank you for being with us this morning. I know a lot of people have been wondering how you're feeling about things just from a market's perspective, from an economy perspective. What do you have to say today?
Good morning, Becky. Nice to see you.
You too.
The economy's very interesting. We're at a very low unemployment rate, 4% essentially. We've got 3% GDP growth. And I've been doing this for 49 years, and we're probably going from the most anti-business administration to the opposite. So we do a lot of talking to CEOs and companies on the ground, and I'd say CEOs are somewhere between relieved and giddy. So we're a believer in animal spirits. Paul Ryan was on your show last week talking about a 32% increase in business confidence over the last 12 months. I think that's probably a record in terms of change. So the economy looks very, very strong, at least for the next 6 months, which is about as far out as one can see with any degree of confidence. In terms of the market, I would say it's complicated. Despite what I just said about all the wonderful things about the economy, we have an earnings yield to bond yield, probably the most unattractive level, not probably the most unattractive level in 20 years. So you're going to have this push of a strong economy versus bond yields rising in response to that strong economy. And that kind of makes me not have a strong opinion one way or the other on the market. I will say this, in my business, every change creates change in security prices, and having this kind of radical change from one administration to the other, in addition to what's going on in the private sector with innovation, then you got deregulation from the government, disruption. I think there's going to be plenty of change and plenty for your viewers to do. I wouldn't worry about the market. I'd focus on individual stocks.
Right there. Various things to break apart, but just to quickly reiterate, pretty confident in the strength of the economy over the next 6 months. Little bit concerned about bonds related to bond yields continuing to go up, i.e. bonds to go down. If you look into his current position, I'm pretty sure he's still short the 2-year bond. So worried about the yields ripping and what that means for the overall market, but seeing a ton of opportunity in individual equity. And I kind of alluded to this a bit before, but just to kind of remind you, and also it was in the update video, there's a handful of stocks that are just, they're must watches under the administration. DJT. This goes without saying. DJT is Trump's company. He's the largest equity owner. You got to watch this one. There's going to be opportunity to the upside, to the downside. Got to watch it. Rumble, we know that they have been the beacon, really carrying the torch for fighting for free speech. Wouldn't be surprised if this continues to grow with respect to its competition to YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and just dominate more of the social media space. Coin, obviously related to Bitcoin itself, and then Bitcoin itself, that's a clear must watch. Same thing with MSTR. These are all the crypto related ones. Tesla. Not only are we hearing updates about what's going on with energy, but also EVs. We know Musk is directly tied to the administration. You got to watch that one. NVIDIA, AI is here to stay. We know NVIDIA is the golden child of the industry. You got to watch this one. AI, data centers, gaming, NVIDIA. It has been basically range bound for about 2 months, looking for it to go from a phase of consolidation to expansion. Palantir, this is a big data analytics, AI related. They use AI. A lot of their contracts are coming from the government. We know that Trump is going to be much more serious about the border and national security. This is a rare dip opportunity that people are getting. And we actually even called this out last week, and it's up quite a bit since then. So this is, as I alluded to in the update video from yesterday, this is not the exclusive list. Of course, there's other ones. Geo, this is related actually to prisons, and we know what's going on with illegal immigrants right now. So this is another example. I'm not giving you the exclusive list. I'm just giving ones, hey, like these are ones that at least deserve a spot on your watch list, because I believe a plentiful amount of opportunities going to be presented. So we have less than 5 minutes to go. Right now, here's a quick look at the, SPX as it concluded on Friday. If I were to show you this, let me update this just so we can see exactly where we are in pre-market. Currently trading around 6,023. So we are, as of now, slated to be opening right about where that is, right there. So what does that mean? Well, it does mean that there's a downside gap fill opportunity, not only to the high from yesterday on SPX, SPY, probably on the Qs, but also we know there is decent odds of hitting the previous closing value. So there might be a little bit of slip right at the market open. You never know how people are going to react. Obviously, that's why I have the options flow ready to go. Shout out to Spot Gamma. So we can see, is there profit taking right out of the gate? Is a base going to be formed? Are we going to pump from there? Or are we just going to rippity skippity doodah to the upside? I do want to let you know, with respect to upside targets, 6,050 is a very, very important one. There's a lot of people playing that level, So I'll be watching that. Of course, we might break it and keep going. And in that event, I'll give you another higher target. But for right now, do not be surprised if there's a lot of profit taking there. Can things get crazy? Yes. According to Spot Gamma, there's only 9% stability right now. There's a lot of negative gamma up there. So when we get going, we can really get going. Remember, negative gamma is not bullish or bearish. It's just more of, do we have the opportunity to have a big trend, or is it more of a mean reverting type of a setup? Right now, if we get going to the upside, market makers are going to be forced to hedge by buying more of the underlying, as in pushing the stock market up even more. So I'll be paying attention to that, but also pay attention to basically the death of volatility and just that really getting crushed. Clearly a thing we have to be watching. So that's upside. We're scheduled to open here. Upside target. Downside, we have a important technical and psychological and options level at 6,000. But I would say we're really remaining risk on as long as we're holding above 5,975. Above that, I think this is in the short term for the active traders, day traders, or even really swing traders. I would say as long as we can hold this level according to the current just stature of the options market, that's where we're still pretty solid. As in, if we're above this, I would say in that particular time frame that the bulls are in control. So these are the key levels I'm watching on SPX. Of course, you can map them over to the levels you do or don't care about on SPY. Same thing with the Qs. We know that they're highly correlated. And then I kind of give you the list of the individual equities I'll be watching. And then obviously don't forget about crypto, because literally potentially as early as today, we might be getting some sort of large crypto related announcement. So that's something that you want to go to your phone, put on your notifications, obviously not only for my channel, but for Donald Trump on Truth Social, for Donald Trump now on Twitter. You got to have these notifications on, because we live in this world where one tweet, one announcement, you're going to only have maybe not even a couple minutes to quickly play it before the rest of the market finds out. Speed is your friend. So like I said, for the accounts that you find to be like very, very helpful and very related to whatever you're trying to pull off, turn on those notifications. So please do not forget. Now, more on them after the market opens, but obviously a very quick shout out to today's stream sponsor. I'm talking about Public. Public is the best place to trade options. If you're trading options right now or an aspiring options trader, Public is the place to do it. There's no other brokerage in the world that offers you what they offer you. It is no commission fees, no per contract fees, but the most exciting thing is you get rebates for every single options contract you buy or sell. It does not matter. Buyer, if you buy a call, sell a call, great, 2 rebates. If you buy a put, sell a put, great, 2x the rebates. This is the only brokerage that does it. I'm very confident, and please correct me if I'm wrong, there is no other brokerage out there giving you rebates to trade options. So if you're net profitable, this will make you more net profitable. If you're having more of a rocky go at options trading, this will make it not so rocky. You're not going to be down because you're always getting those rebates. Like I said, if you are an options trader or an aspiring options trader, this is where you need to be. Obviously, they have equities trading as well. They don't engage in payment for order flow. They have crypto trading. They have bond trading. They just released some retirement account stuff as well. This is a one-stop shop for what you need. And they released it about a year ago is when they first got into the game of options. Every single month, every single week, they're slowly and surely improving. And I think it's nothing but sky is the limit for this brokerage. I'm telling you, there's a reason why I put so much of my own money on this platform. You guys are seeing me trading on them day in, day out. They're only going to get better. Right now is the time to join up with them because you could just start earning those rebates over and over and over again. At this point in time, I've already gotten thousands of dollars in rebates that I would have obviously not received elsewhere. So just want to shout out to them. Pinned to the top of chat, in the description of the video. They're bringing you the opening bell. Show them a bit of love. I think you're really going to like what they have. And on that particular note, dingity ding ding ding, the world's largest casino is now open. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. All right.
Order filled.
Order filled. Order filled. What do we have? Palantir's up 2%. Coins trying to do something early this morning. All right. What happened? What happened? What happened? Where are we at? Here, let me switch up over to this. Something happened. Let me check out my positions. Count position. All right, looks like we have a little bit of some mismatch going on of what in the world should be happening. So that's short one. That is long one. Short one. Long one. Long one. Okay. Long, short. There's a bit of a mismatch. I think something is not working, but hey, we're going to see how this plays. Actually, hang on. I'm quickly checking something else right now. This actually might be what I need it to be. Maybe it is properly synced up. I had some syncing issues this morning of basically what the strategy was supposed to be and then what the positions actually were. There were some mismatches, but I believe this is actually right. I'll find out. If there's a little bit of a puke to the downside, I'll be able to be like definitively sure. But I just want to clarify, these take profit ones, those are my Skynet accounts. I'm letting Skynet do what Skynet does best. Clearly not so hot out of the gate, but I'm not really messing with it. I'm just trying to monitor it. And then these are the ones that I was manually trading. I didn't take any trades today. This was yesterday. I thought I could lock a trade in. I thought it counted as an individual trading day. Obviously, they're just pushing yesterday's trading session into today's, combining it all as one. So I guess I really didn't have to trade. So I'll be manually trading these ones, and then I'm letting Skynet do what Skynet does best. If you want to check in on Skynet, those are the ones right above my head. I have 5 slightly different variants of the overall same trading concept going. And as you can see right now, did they all go short? No, they didn't, but we will hear a noise when that happens. I believe we will. I'll find out more on whatever the big move is. Whatever the first big move is, I'll find out a bit more. All right, Netflix, remember, Netflix, get an alert there. Netflix is reporting after the market closes today, so we might have some excitement going in on it, and we definitely do. Netflix trying to continue push higher. A little bit of a sell-off from the end of December to about mid-January. Since then, higher highs, higher lows, trying to recapture all the major EMAs, specifically above that 50 EMA, showing a little bit of strength and exuberance once again going into the earnings. Am I playing it before earnings? No. When you're playing earnings, it's a 50-50 bet. Generally, you can find better odds in the market. If you are going to play, it's probably better to play like via selling premium, just to play that vol crush. But that's my personal opinion. But I I mean, coming into these 50-50 chances, I just don't like them because there's better odds in the market than 50-50, but they will be reporting after the market closes today. Let me get over to this. We are holding. All right, we don't really need this value. Like I said, my first upside target is 6,050. There might be a little bit of profit taking at 6,040. I know some option players are structured there. Huge support at 6,000. Let's let this opening session really play out just because I don't know what's going to be choppy one way or the other. I can see that the Mag 7 is actually selling since market open, and then the S&P 500 is actually going up. So this, whoa, big pop right there. Big pop in longer duration. What happened? Big pop in longer duration calls. Well, actually, we got some 0DT. So for the S&P 500, lots of calls just came into the system at 934. But what's weird is the Mag 7's going the opposite way. Since market open, we are seeing people sell calls on the Mag 7 while puts are completely flat. So no one's touching puts as it relates to the major 7 tech plays, but they are selling calls. Whenever I see this type of mismatch, you guys have seen me try to trade during it. It never really ends well, like at all. Generally for me, when there's a mismatch like this, it's usually when I'm getting absolutely chopped alive, which is really just saying, okay, I just got to wait. I need to wait for some sort of agreement. I either need the SPX to keep falling, like the options to fall, or I need the Mag 7 options to pick up. But when I have a mismatch like this, like, I mean, you can already see how choppy this is. The Qs went down. They're trying to recover. Coin doesn't know what it's doing. Coin, once again, not holding 300, getting smacked at 301 all the way down to 294. How's Tesla doing out of the gate? Tesla getting hit by 650. Yeah, this is a weird opening right now. Folks, just wait. Just wait. You don't need to be trading this early. You don't have to trade right out of the gate, especially when it's unclear about who's going to win. Is the bull camp going to win? Is the bear camp going to win? Patience, patience, patience. Patience will pay. There's going to be plenty of range and opportunity. Let's just wait until this agrees. Let's just wait until either the options and price are all going up or the options and price are all going down. But when I see a clear mismatch and a lot of indecisiveness, it's just telling me that, hey, that's the perfect time to just wait. To just simply wait. Someone said Bitcoin just got murked. Yeah, Bitcoin went from in a couple minutes, a lot of selling on Bitcoin since market open, 105,000 down to just below 104. So dropped about 1.5 thousand in about 5 minutes. That's pretty crazy. Nvidia is holding nicely green. The one standout that's very clearly green is Nvidia. DJT is getting punished since market open, down 11%. Getting punished. Apple is puking. This is probably why the Qs are having a tough time. Apple's down 3.4%.
Order filled.
Hang on. What are we doing now? What are we doing now?
Order filled.
All right. Looks like it's all short. So Skynet caught this short position. I don't know. The break even is not in profit yet, or the stop loss is not at break even or better. It's still in the red. So currently Skynet is riding this momentum to the downside. The net situation on the day is red, but this current trade, they are up pretty decently right now. I kind of wish if I just waited to trade till market open, I would have caught these trades and I wouldn't even have to worry about this current red. But let's see how Skynet really pulls this one out. Once again, this is the unrealized and then this is the total. So obviously the total is the one that really matters. And then the unrealized is just the current trade. So we're going to see what Skynet is up to. But how's the options flow looking this morning? Calls are getting sold aggressively. Calls are continuing to get sold on the Mag 7. The 5-minute, 10-minute, and 30-minute and 4-hour are all still green on ES, but on NQ, they're breaking down. 5-minute just went red, 10-minute went red, 30-minute is currently testing, 4 hours still green. Watching this, my big concern of why this is happening is because Apple is getting murked. You can see Nvidia just really turned at 936. Tesla's getting hit. Coin, not the best start to the day. Remember, we do have downside gap fills. Maybe that's going to be the buying opportunity. There is a downside gap fill to Friday's high, which is roughly, or it's exactly $599.36, so $1 below where we are right now. And then if you look at the Qs, it already got its downside gap fill. So there might be a target and then support coming in at $599.36 on SPY. And if you're a person trading SPX, that level would be about 6,014.96. So just call it 6,015. But that would be the downside gap fill on the actual index for those of you who are the gap fill players. So just bringing that to your attention. Right. The flow is still looking pretty negative, looking pretty bearish. There's not really purchasing going on the Mag 7. It's a lot of call selling, like a lot of call selling, a ton of call selling. So obviously watching that. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Let's go over to the 5-minute just to make it a little bit more clean. So we spiked, we're giving it back. And right now Skynet is doing its best to ride this down. And if it keeps going, I might actually be able to get these accounts back into the green. It looks like I made back about half of my early morning losses already. So the current position all up about 1,000, the net position all down about 1,000. I was down about 2K on each one. So if this keeps going, Skynet might trade itself out of this hole, but we'll see. We'll see. The way I made it is as long as this trend is intact, it should just keep riding the trend lower and lower and lower. So looking good so far. Man, I really should have just waited till market open because then I could have just been done on the day. I could have just taken all of these trades and then moved on with my life. But right now, clearly the first impulse is not so good. Not so good. SPY getting hit. Coin, everything's going down. This is going from a pretty solid opening to kind of a early morning bloodbath. But I would say that my major watch are these gap fill levels. Like, are we just gonna get closer and closer? You know what? I'll leave this on here. You had the gap fill right there, 599.36, and then the Q's already got their gap fill at 937 this morning. So the Nasdaq already got its downside gap fill. The SPY has a bit more distance to go, about 50 cents right here, 599.36 in the top left of your screen. That is a very common play. It's a very popular play, and the reason it's so common, the reason it's so popular is because it's so profitable. Is it going to work all the time? No, but if you have a system that has good sizing capabilities, as in like you know how to size properly to overcome variance, that is a very profitable system to play all the way down to the previous high value if you gap up, and then vice versa. Actually, the downside gap fills like playing back to the upside. They're actually even better. Coin getting hit this morning. Nvidia's getting hit. Tesla's getting hit. There's some blood in the waters. DJT's getting hit. Coming out of the gate, this is looking ugly right now. The call selling may have taken a breather. I'm seeing a little bit of flatness right here in the Mag 7. So we might be getting close to the end of this first particular sell-off. Same thing here on the SPX. So clearly the delta was diving. People were buying puts. They were selling calls. But now I'm seeing a bit of flatness about 10 minutes into the day. Let's see if there's still enough oomph in the system to push it down to this downside gap. But once again, 599.36, that would be the target that you'd be playing right out of the gate if you were a gap fill trader. There's really not much to it. We literally opened above the previous trading session's high, creating a literal gap in the chart. And the reason people care about it is, for whatever reason, especially indices seem to have a proclivity to test the untested areas of supply and demand. So the Q's actually getting pushed all the way down to the red-green move. The Q's finding some support at 521.76. Looks like we might be having a bit of reversion right here. How's this going? So the open trade is up 1,000 plus on all of these, but if this bounces a bit more, it's gonna actually lock in those profits. It actually almost locked in right there. So kind of watching these guys. Well, back to break even on one of them for a second there. Actually, at the dip here, I might have been really close to break even on all of them, all like the accounts like net on the day. So we're going to see. We're going to see how bad this gets. I wouldn't be the most comfortable in buying the bounce. If you're looking to buy the dip here, I would still be patient and wait for the SPY to get this downside gap fill. I mean, heck, we got within 25 cents of it. I still think the odds are still pretty favorable of this downside gap fill. Is it a guarantee? Absolutely not. No one can guarantee anything in this game. We're just playing the game of probabilities. It is exclusively the game of probabilities. I kind of was hoping right in this flush we'd keep going down because that would be a nice dip buy. I see some puts are being monetized, as in people are locking in their put profit. They were long puts, and now they're closing those. They're removing that negative delta from the system, which is most likely means they're locking in their profits. And then the Mag 7 is still
Order
looking
filled.
weak. And I say that. What the fuck? Why is it long 3? What is this doing to me? What the fuck are you doing, dude? Which ones are messed up? 69 and 55 are messed up. Is it on an old version of code or something? 69 and 55. It might have been running the old version. Yeah, okay. So it thinks it's supposed to be long by 1 right now, and it's long 3 exercise. I think I accidentally ran old. Okay, that's my fault. Well, here's to hoping we pop because it's shaking 3x the trade size it should be. That's my fault. That's my bad. So I am now, for no reason beyond the fact that I messed up the code, praying that we get a bit of a bounce here. A bit of a bounce. just a casual day carrying 3x the size that it should be carrying. Just completely normal stuff. All right, I do see options flow coming back in, showing a little bit of strength. If there's a nice pop here, I might take a shot at it with the accounts I manually trade, just to see if we could get a pop back up to 523 here.
Order filled.
All right, I am now manually trading my own accounts. Okay, that's why this block is now trading. So we're going to see if I could catch a bit of a bounce here. We're going to see if the bounce is in. I would feel more comfortable about it. I'd be more aggressive if the SPY actually got its downside gap fill. But I can't ignore the fact that this is starting. People are monetizing. We're starting to balance. And I'm expecting today to be a bit more of a crazy, insane day. So I'm just hoping that the Mag 7 doesn't keep puking and force the SPY back down to that gap fill. Here we go. We're seeing a bit. Well, the SPY is going. Mag 7 struggling. Come on. Bring it up. Bring it up. What a recovery right there. What a recovery. Didn't get the downside gap fill. I would have felt way more comfortable about this if we did get it. I'd also feel way more comfortable if the Mag 7 didn't keep puking. That's not such a good sign right there. That's not such a good sign at all. Prices remaining resilient. SPY's trying to get going. There's a lot of people hammering some of the major tech plays, which is why the Qs aren't doing squat right now, even though the SPY, I mean, look at it. The delta reading actually just got its lowest of the day. This might have a complete reversal if we don't see bullishness coming into this options flow. This is still not just neutral. This is like very bearish. It's just getting hit all day.
Order filled.
What was that? Did these flip back around?
Order filled.
Okay. Long, 3 long, 3 long. So 2 of them got messed up there, and they're playing with 3x the size that they should be, but the other ones are doing exactly as anticipated. So this was a good trade, good decision. I don't know if it's going to be profitable, but I'm very happy with how it's currently shaping up. I'm in at 27. 78, 79.
Order submitted.
All right, I'm putting in a reach target. Obviously, if the trend changes before then, I'll get out before here. But I can almost put in a lotto ticket. If this pushes a little bit more, it's seemingly running into an issue at 55. So if we push that, I might set in a break order or a stop loss at break even. And then other than that, I have a lotto ticket. If I hit my profit, I hit my profit. So we'll see. Trying to play smart, trying to start off the week on a good foot. And I'm seeing a lot of green now. Things are starting to break in my favor a little bit here. Let's just see if we can lock it in. Let's see if we could have a nice profitable Tuesday, kicking off the week on a good note. Come on. Come on there, Tonto. Come on there, Tonto. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it, brother. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're right there. Don't do this to me. No, brother. We've talked about this. We've talked about this concept of getting close but not giving me my fill. No. Yep. That's what we want to see. Come on. Turn this back around. Let's lock in this 20K. I want an easy Tuesday. Not liking this 5. Uh-oh. What's the options flow? Puts are being closed out, but calls are still flat on the Mag 7. And then the index, we got a little bit of profit taking right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I don't want to be stupid and let this cost me money. So, what would I be more frustrated about? I'm thinking about putting in. Oh, maybe I won't have to worry about it. Maybe I'll just get lucky. We got as high as 76.50. As you guys saw me put in my profit target at 79. Come on, just hit it. Just give me one little. Even if it's a fake out pop, I won't mind. I won't mind in the slightest. Just lock it in. Lock it in. Come on. Stay strong there, Lassie. Stay strong there, Lassie. Don't do me dirty like this. It went from feeling real good, I didn't have to sweat at all, to now. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. What's crazy is if this actually gets hit, I think there's going to be a larger leg up. But for me, I have to consider the consistency rules. But if I were just trading my own account and not having to consider consistency rules, it's kind of a weird catch-22. If we hit this, the odds of going higher are actually even better. So I got myself in a weird situations, but I do want to clarify, if this profit target is hit, I'm only doing it because of the consistency rules related to prop trading. If I were trading my own account, as in not having to worry about any consistency rules, if we hit this, inherently it's actually increasing the odds of going even higher, if that makes sense. So I just want to let you know, I have a max profit target. Those are rules put on me when you end up trading with other people's money. But if I were just doing my own and didn't have that rule, if this is hit, I'd actually be confident in it going higher. So I just want to clarify that. Come on, let's make this 20K. Let's make this 20K. All right, options picking up a little bit there. Mag 7 still kind of trending to the upside. The Qs are battling it out. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. It just keeps getting so close. It got all the way up to 76. It got all the way up to 73. Come on. Just give me that pump. Give me that pump. You could do it.
I'm just a simple man with a simple plan. But lately I've been raking in the dough like no one can. Got them thick thighs, that's my secret weapon. Taking over Wall Street, ain't no second guessing. Bought myself a suit all tailor-made. Now the stock market's shaking, they're afraid. Just flex my muscles, show my thighs a go. Watch those dollars roll.
That's not good.
And the story unfolds. You see, I used to be a regular Joe like you.
Uh-oh.
Working 9 to 5,
Max.
just trying to make it through.
Fuck.
Then I
Order filled.
discovered my
Shit, the Mag 7's dropping.
Order filled.
making money by the
And now I'm
hour.
red.
Order canceled.
Look at Mag 7 dumped. Spy dumped there.
See, I used to be a regular Joe like you, working 9 to 5, just trying to make it through. But then I discovered my fifth hour. Now I'm making
Order
money
filled.
by the hour. Now I'm making money by the hour.
Order filled. Order filled.
Any stocks in the skies? Stay away from this ride.
69.
Don't be fooled by the thrill. They're just waiting
Order
to kill.
fi- order
Promise dreams,
filled.
Empty talk.
All right, I think I got everywhere, everything to what it should be.
Be smart. Don't invest your whole heart.
Man,
The
that
promise you
options
go,
market just
believe you in the
dumped.
cold. Pumping dumb schemes, it's all a smoke screen. Don't be fooled by the hype.
Order
Don't
filled.
Get caught in the gripes. Don't be
Dude.
targeted. Be wise. Don't fall for the lies.
Wait,
Don't be
what is...
targeted. Don't buy the hype. Penny stocks are just a slippery slide. Don't be the
I don't even know how my accounts are trading right now. There's just too many confusing things going. Too many confusing things going on right now. All right, is it just whipping out here?
Order submitted.
Okay, this account is stupid. 69. I don't know. That was the one that was trading huge for like no reason. I'm very confused about why and what happened, but I need to pay more attention to these other ones for a second. I think I got all confused with what was Skynet was firing off. So Mag 7 still looking pretty bad, and actually SPX vomited big right here at 953, and it does not seem to be recovering the best. It seems like it actually might be dipping back over. So watching that, but the Mag 7 right here, I should have known to get out early at 952. This like hit to the downside, unstable. 5 minute, 10 minute are red, 30 minutes now in that danger territory. 5 minute and 10 minute on ES are trying to hold. 30 minutes still green and 4 hours still green. All right, we might have to do a little creative work here to get myself out of this particular predicament. What happened? I'm gonna almost have to watch this tape back because I think I was trading things that I was not supposed to be trading. Looks like 3 of these. So 55. Okay, I turned those off. So I turned off 2 of the take profits that were trading way too much size. They should have been trading 1 contract, and as you saw, they were in 3. But then these other 3 are still actively trading. And then my current positions. How did this happen? What happened here? I'm getting confused myself, team. Getting confused myself. Apparently I am short on all of these though. It's sold. That's part, like that drop just came out of nowhere. I was so close to getting my fill back up here. It hit 72. My order was in at 78, 79. So it was off by like 5 points. And then this vomit, I have no one to blame but myself. I should have had to stop at break even. I should have set it up. I should have set it up a bit better. That's on me. That's my fault. It went from looking so good to not looking good. Oh, am I really gonna try? do I want to play this bounce back up? Like if this goes, do I actually want to swap it and go for the old double? Is it going to be fighting back or is this about to collapse? Let's try to get an idea. SPX options aren't looking so good. Mag 7 options aren't looking so good. Based on the options direction right now, it does look like it's more likely to break back down than break up. But obviously, that's all going to be dependent on traders like about to make trades. So they could spike the delta up a lot. They could drop it a lot. That's why I keep coming back to this to try to see what these options traders are doing. But if we see this drop, that's a big hit. That's more negative delta in this system. Most likely price will follow. Obviously, if it pops the opposite. But the one thing that I keep in mind is even on this drop right here at 953, 954, the SPY did not get its downside gap fill. So I'm still wondering if traders are targeting 599.36 on SPY to kind of monetize their short-term bearish position. So watching that as we're watching this flow, and I see that price is trying to get going, but remember, 5-minute and 10-minute are now red. 30 minutes in a legitimate danger territory type of a situation. It is below that 50 EMA. The bar's closing in 22 seconds. ES 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute all got hit and kind of tested some level, and we're bouncing right off of it. We're showing a little bit of a pop here. A little bit of a pop here. What's the flow looking right? Mag 7. So SPX caught a little bit of a pop right here, but Mag 7 is not at all, actually. All right. I'm letting Skynet do Skynet things, and I'm riding these ones. So the top 20 are what I'm manually trying to do right now. And we're going to see what I can do. Dude, I was up nice. I don't know what the hell happened. It all just happened so fast. It all happened so incredibly fast. Mag 7 falling right there. SPX taking a bit of a hit as well. Like I said, key level. Watch 599.36 on SPY. That's going to be a target for quite a few people. DJT getting hit right here. RUM is getting hit. Coin's down 4%. MSCR is down 4%. Tesla's down 3%. NVIDIA is actually green trying to hold. Palantir, green attempting to hold. Same with ASML. Apple got eviscerated this morning. It's trying to recover now, maybe a higher low, but I don't think we're out of the woods. Certain tech plays are doing all right, like NVIDIA, like some semis are trying to hold at minimum. But man, oh man, our other tech plays like Apple's getting hit, getting clearly hit.
Order filled.
I just went short another one. I wanted to get my average up closer up to 600. I probably should have done it here. Fuck. All right, that second one was a fill at 96. All right, we're putting in one profit target.
Order submitted.
About 20 points right past the intraday low, just in case there's like a little weird flush situation. And then I'll be back to my normal size of one contract. So I'm currently short 2. I do have one profit target in for effectively the intraday low at 954. Come on. Come on. I just need this to keep going. So Tesla got some negative alert there. Lower highs, lower lows on the Qs. Lower highs, lower lows on the SPY. Like I said, 599.36. That is the high from Friday, key level. And that's equivalent to 6,015 on SPX. Obviously, huge support down at 6,000 if this somehow doesn't hold. But we'll come to that bridge when we get there. I'm more so concerned about this position that is already magically magically going against me. What's the flow looking like? How is there not just a little bit more of a puke? I mean, look at this. The Mag 7 flow is horrible. Where's this little bounce coming from? It makes no sense to me. The options flow is getting hit. All right, back to break even at least. What kind of a hole am I currently in? I'm in a $700 hole on all those accounts. Come on. Not liking that. It's trying to seemingly save itself at 6,000. Man, I was so close to getting that fill. I could have been done already on the day. I was just off by a couple points. Talk about an unlucky break there. All right, here it is. Is this it? This pop from 10:02 to 10:04 does not make the most sense to me. Does not make the most sense to me. Looks like buyers are attempting to step in on the cues right at their closing value. The support is being found at the green to red movement. I don't think they're going to be able to find enough, though, to stop the SPY from not coming down to 599.36. I think there's too many traders targeting this level right now. Like I said, well-known trade, this downside gap fill. And then I bring that, like, I'm connecting that to the fact that options have just been getting hammered all morning. I'm actually kind of surprised this right here at 10 a.m., the turn of the hour, wasn't enough of downward momentum to just cause a quick flush. Are we just coming now? Was it just like an awkward delay? Maybe just a little bit of a awkward delay in this situation. Come on. Nope. Come on. Lock it in. Lock it in. I just want to lock in this first target. Then I could set a stop, and then I could ride this as much as I need to ride it. Dude, it's just not giving me like a second to breathe. Like as soon as it gets there, nope, pop. Right here, every single time it looks like it's about to get going, buyers step in. Tesla not having a good day. Coins not there's a lot of red. Dude, DJT's getting hit. What's the flow? Price is bouncing, but the options flow is not showing any. It looks like a BS bounce to me. Am I biased? Of course I'm biased, because you guys know that I'm clearly short contracts right now. But I guess also I can objectively point out the fact that we are not seeing any positivity in the options market. According to the options market, sellers are not stopping, buyers are not stepping in. So I would not just be following price on that particular one. I would not be following price until there's a bit of an agreement with the price movement and also with the options flow. But look at the Mag 7. I mean, I get that it's bouncing, but look at these options. All they've been is straight down. The call selling has been horrific ever since the market opened. Just call selling and selling and selling. There was a huge chunk of call selling at 9:53, and it's just not stopping. Which is, I guess, increasing my confidence that I will get at least this first profit target hit. Come on. At least get me back into the green so I don't have to sweat so much. At least get me back into the green. Look at that. Ugly looking. Even the SPX. It's fighting so hard to not go any lower. We got here at 941, overshot it at 954, got here at 1003. Like, it's trying so hard right at this red-green move. But I just don't think that they're going to have much luck when the SPY is just this close to the downside gap fill and not at it. I think there's too many short-term bearish players who are exactly targeting this, that it's going to end up becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yes, maybe people are reacting to SPY at 600. That's totally possible. But for me, we're seeing a little bit of an uptick right here in options. A little bit of an uptick coming in. Let's see if that can hold. I'm on the 5-second chart, so remember, these are all just going to be very quick. What about on the Mag 7? The ones for this Friday, completely flat, a little bit of longer duration, but that's a small. I mean, the cumulative delta reading is still very negative. So even though we're seeing a bit of an uptrend right now, please understand the trend all day has just been down and down and down. This is actually, what time is it? It's 10:08. This is the first little breather that it's really had. I guess you could argue in here when it tried to recover and then it got smashed pretty hard at 952, which is actually what screwed over my initial position, was this just incredible size of selling. I'm trying to figure out if this is just going to get smacked right here, a little bit of a double top, or is it actually going to I'm leaning towards a double top smack, just because I'm just going to reiterate this a gazillion times. The SPY did not get its downside gap fill, and then the overall options flow is still pretty horrendous looking. But crazier things have happened, so I still have to, most importantly than my opinion and thesis on like what seems likely, obviously the number one thing is still to protect my risk, because crazy things, as you guys all know, crazy things happen every single day. So we're going to see here. But I do think this gets faded to 599.36 on SPY. And the only time I'd really change that is if I see clear positive deltas flowing into the Mag 7, which little bit of an uptrend, smash. Little bit more of an uptrend, big smash. Flat, smash. Little bit of an uptrend, seemingly getting hit right now. I don't want to get tricked into being bullish here when I'm not meant to be bullish. The objective read of this situation for like shorter term scalp traders, which is basically what I'm doing with this account right now, is I think the bears still have the upper hand. I'd be able to breathe a lot easier though had my first profit target already been hit, because it's just easier to, I guess, withstand this pullback on one contract rather than two. But I'm just going to keep coming back to this and watching the flow, see what we're really doing or not doing. See if we have real strength or fake strength. I guess maybe that's the best way to articulate it, is when I see a little bit of a push up like this, I like to check if it's quote unquote real. Obviously the price action's real. When I say real, I mean, do the options players agree with that move? And as of right now, this positive move at 1007, 1008 in the SPY and the Qs, option players did not agree. See how options quickly faded it in the Mag 7. See how they quickly faded it in SPX. So yes, the price action is real. If you did a quick little, I don't know, 0DT call and took a couple cents, yeah, you made actual money. Of course it's real. But in terms of the probability of it holding, well, the probability of it holding and continuing to go higher increase if options agree. Obviously, they're decreasing if it's getting faded by options. And that's what, as of now, what we're seeing. All I can tell you is watch 599.36, but it looks like my patience might be paying here soon. Come on, brother. Come on. We need a little bit of luck. Come on. Come on, Tonto.
Oh, look at you, big shot, trading like a king, swiping on your phone, thinking that's the
Order
real thing.
filled.
One locked in.
Order
Some
filled.
dude on a thread said, bro, this can't lose. Now you're crying in bed. You bought the top, now it's dropping like a stone. Watching that red like it's called.
There we go. Hee-haw. Hee-haw.
In the dirt, now you're fresh out of luck.
Yibbity skibbity doodah. Yibbity skibbity doodah.
Like a clown. The market don't care if you're up or you're down. You bought the dream, now you're stuck in hell. Should've read the charts instead of the shield. Oh, now you're a value guy, that's a damn joke. Made $100
Order
bucks, now you
submitted.
act like you're woke. Bragging on Twitter about catching the dips. Meanwhile, your whole fucking portfolio slips. What's your game plan? Oh, you ain't got one. Buy an ad, open.
All right, I
Order
put my
submitted.
stop in so I don't get screwed like I did last time. So I put my profit target in and my safety stops at break even. So it won't cost me money now. I was able to lock this one in, defray my current day losses by a little bit, and then I have my reach target right here that should net me about 20 grand. Once again, a net 20 grand play on the day if I could get it down to here. And then Skynet is attempting to also ride this, apparently. Come on. Give me that money. Give me that money. 5 minute, 10 minute, and 30 minute. 5 minute, 10 minute on ES breaking down. 30 minute is testing. NQ 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute are all red. 4 hours still bullish. Come on. Come on. Don't do this to me again where it gets absurdly close and then I don't get my fill. Come on. I'm just trying to get my 20. Is 20 grand really that much to ask for? Like, I don't even feel like 20. Like, come on, dude. What's 20 grand amongst markets, friends? Come on. You're getting beaten. Learn your lesson. Don't do this to me. Right, or go all in and kiss your ass good night. It's always just messing with me. I'm just a simple. Here we go. Woke up, checked the charts, felt like a king. Portfolio screaming, my phone doesn't ring. By the dip they said, but the floor disappeared. Now I'm stuck in a trade that could last me a year. Every candle's a lie, every wick is a joke. I leverage too hard, now I'm breathing in smoke. The market's my dealer, I'm hooked on the pain. It give it, to take it, the last in my name. I catch the knife, I call it fate. I bet the farm they liquidate. My broker laughs, my screen turns red. My wife just packed her bags instead. I hedge my risk, it breaks my knees. I short the top, it rips with ease. I catch the knife, I call it fate. I bet the farm they liquidate. No! No! No, no, no. Put my faith in a Twitter thread. 100x long, now my cash is dead. My stop loss didn't set one, bro. Now I live in my car with a monitor glow. Every candle's a lie, every wick is a joke. I leverage too hard, now I'm breathing smoke. The algo's a demon, it hunts where I trade. I click on the bid and my soul gets erased. I catch the knife, I call it fate. I bet the farm no! No!
Laughs, my screen turns red. My wife just packed her bags instead. I hedge my risk, it breaks my knees. I short the top, it rips with ease. I catch the knife, I call it fate. I bet the farm they liquidate.
Shit! No! What are you?
My puts got burned, took out a loan, now my lesson is learned. I paper hand once, it triples in price. I diamond hand hard, it flatlines. Nice. So I scout for scraps, I dream of gains, but the market just laughs while I go insane. One more play, just one more round, and if I lose, I'll double down. Catch the knife, I call it fate. I bet the farm they liquidate. My broker laughs, my screen turns red. My wife just packed her bags instead. I hedge my risk, it breaks my knees. I short the top, it rips with ease. I catch the knife, I call it fate. I bet the farm they liquidate.
Dude, I know I should be closing this out. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Order canceled.
I know. All right. It knocked me out.
Order filled.
It knocked me out. Now I'm only down 300. Fuck. So unlucky for the second time. The second time, man. It just... That's not a real position. I don't know why that's showing it right now. You could see... I mean, here's my positions. Wait, it thinks I'm in a position? Does it actually? No, it doesn't. I'm not in a position. You see how it says unrealized, nothing's moving. I don't know why it's saying that right now. I had to protect myself. I had to. I think it was the right... I'm happy I put in the break even because you already saw me the first time today getting screwed on that whole ordeal. Is this actually going to go up now? So obviously we got the downside gap fill on that, which I guess I overshot what I was looking for by a couple points. And hey, sometimes that's just like luck. But that's another reason why obviously I just wish I got my profit. That would have made my life easier. But in terms of are we bullish or bearish, there's a good chance that we saw some monetization in there. These people playing that level are going to lock in their gains. And surprise, surprise, we saw the index pop. So the index is going up on it. Mag 7's flat though. So that does not know if it wants to actually go up or not. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So where am I at? 305. I could have been green too. That's once again to clarify, this is not actively a live position. The play would be easier if we start to come back down and snap some of these levels and I could just reshort it and then try to get myself into the green on the day. That would be easier, but the SPX, we're starting to tilt a little bit here. 1017 low. So watching this, because we saw a decent recovery. This was all put monetization, most likely, right here. You could see puts being monetized, bought back, monetized once again. So basically people jockeying for position right as we got. And now we're going up. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. So Skynet caught it. Skynet's long right here. Long, long, long right there. Long, long, long. So I should have just flipped with Skynet. I was just a little bit uneasy because I didn't know where this 30-minute was at. 5 minute and 10 minutes indecisive, doesn't know if it wants to be bullish or bearish. 30-minute did bounce once again for the S&P 500. Now the Nasdaq's a different story. The Nasdaq did close below the cloud. That's not so good. 5 minute is red, but trying to get up. 10 minute is clearly red. So big differential between ES and NQ right now. Big differential. And I'm not the most sold on which way I should be playing this. Obviously, the price action is lower highs, lower lows, but I just see a big battle on major timeframes for the ES. NQ is bearish, but maybe it's bouncing back. I do find this to be concerning, though, that breakdown right here. The fact that the 30-minute was pushed below and closed below that 50 EMA. If it quickly recovers, that's a different story, but it's not quite showing signs of that recovery right now. The Mag 7 tried to bounce a little bit and it's still going down. Well, what do we have here? Even the SPX doesn't know what it wants to do. It popped, drifting down. Is it getting faded right now? Oh man, 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 oh man. I mean, the bot is long. What is the bot even doing? The bot, what is this? Yeah, it's long at 84. So it'll keep moving its stop up. Yeah, they're all long. That one's long, actually a little bit higher. Okay. I know it shows that as a position. That's a weird data issue between Rhythmic and Ninja. I'm not actually in a position. You can see that it's all unrealized. Nothing is changing. This is just a stupid connection, like data issue. Stupid. Actually, I might be able to clean it up by disconnect and then just reconnect. I think if I disconnect, reconnect, I'll be all good. Hopefully nothing crazy happens in the time that I'm disconnected and reconnecting. Come on, hurry up. Time is of the essence. Connect. It's yellow. There we go. All right, now we're back to where we should be. All right, and we're on the right account. Whatever the next wave is, I'm going to attempt to play that, and hopefully that's my last trade of the day. I don't know if we're going to come back over and puke. Happy to play it if we do. Don't know if we're actually going to break this trend line and go back to the upside. Would be happy to play that as well. I'm not really leaning one way or the other. I think that there's a argument to be made for the bulls and the bears, so I think it does just come back down to seeing which way this options flow goes. It became... We got the recovery bounce at 10:15, and ever since then, we're just flat. Even the Mag 7 stopped puking at 10:15, but ever since then, flat. So I'm literally just waiting for these next trades to come in and see which way the big players try to push the market. Waiting. Patience. Maybe one thing I could do, maybe there's going to be, let's go to the 300. Looks like it might be to the upside here. I was going to look for a little bit of this trend line, a little bit of a trend line break. So maybe a trend reversal. Obviously, lower highs, lower lows, came back up, got smacked, trying to recover. That could be interesting, watching to see if this does hold. Obviously, this is pretty short. Maybe it's getting faded. Second attempt getting faded. Just have to be patient here. Just have to be patient. SPX going down. Mag 7 flat. DJT is turning back around. RUM is trying to turn back around. Coin is pretty flat at the bottom. MSCR pretty flat at the bottom. Tesla pretty flat at the bottom. NVIDIA maybe catching a bit of a bid. Palantir trying to wake up. ASML definitely waking up. Apple's still pretty flat at the bottom. Meta's trying to bounce. Broadcom maybe picking up. Actually wasn't hit that hard. Microsoft maybe trying to bounce. Amazon. So there's potential here. Potential for that reversal. Netflix is trying to bounce. I'm seeing things attempting to recover. Attempting to. But will there be enough? Will there be enough? Look how, just no, ever since about 10:15, no sizable moves have been made on the Mag 7. Just flat as could be. Price recovered a little bit because at least it was getting so decimated. But look at this options flow. Just nothing's going on right now. Nothing's going on. What about this? Decent bounce there. SPX bounced to 1010, got smoked. There was a flow alert. That player less. And now we are drifting up.
Order filled.
I just literally top ticked that.
Order submitted.
Nice. Literally perfectly top ticked it. Exactly how I wanted to. Exactly how my plan said to. Just top ticking it. Nice. Nice. Love to top tick it. Doing the same thing I did before. I'm playing two contracts. One's meant to be a runner and the other one's meant to be a quick little profit. Once again, just trying to get myself out of this small hole that I got into. So if I'm able to lock this in, that should knock my realized P&L to only down 100. Actually, $50. So hopefully there's a very quick pop right up to that. And instead, it is going the other way. Nice. That's exactly what I want to see. It's so much fun when I get in and the market. Okay, wait, I might be getting lucky. SPX, big pop in Delta there. Okay, maybe I am. Oh, calls. We got some 0 DTE calls coming in. Okay, I'm liking that. Mag 7, though, not reacting how I would want it to. So big spike in 0 DTE SPY, SPX really, S&P 500. Mag 7, not catching the memo. Not catching the memo there. Here we go. Come on, just lock in one to make my life easier. Just lock in one to make my life easier. Just need faith. Come on. We got as high as 35, and mine's at 40. I am... Okay, if the Mag 7 can just stop getting annihilated, that's a nice pop in the S&P 500.
Order filled.
There we go. Order filled. One of them locked in. Okay, so bringing my realize on the day back to slightly in the positive. So at one point, I was up 800 on every account. Then I was down 700 on every account. Then I was down only 300 on every account. Now I'm break even on every account, and I have that runner. So locked in a bit of profit, and now I have a runner running. I can't really call it a perfect runner yet because it's not like I have a stop at break even. We're still a little bit too close for comfort, but maybe. All right. I'm just setting this up. That's my max target. If it turns before, I'm going to have to get out. There's also a pretty solid chance that this is my last trade on the day just because I'm already getting to the point of over trading. And I just wanted to catch that next big flow, which it seems like it might be to the upside. I know price isn't looking that exciting, but look, I mean, that's a lot of 0 DTs that came in on the S&P 500. So I'm hoping that's going to hold. But the bearish aspect of the current setup is that the Mag 7 is not reacting accordingly. The Mag 7, Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Tesla, the big dogs that kind of run not only the NASDAQ, but really the S&P 500, are only slightly drifting to the upside, which is where my concern lies. So if the Qs can get above 523.50, awesome. If the SPY can push 601, awesome. I do no, but now this is even getting faded. Getting faded on the S&P 5. Oh, a little bit of a pop right there. It's just the Mag 7. Oh, there we go. A little bit of an upward trend. It's just the Mag 7's looking lethargic. Come on, keep it going. Keep us alive. At the 6th successful Apex withdrawal, you can request all your profits. Do you intend to request it all for a huge payday or leave a good buffer? Leave a good buffer for sure. The buffer is the hardest part of prop trading, is like developing the buffer for sure. So, I mean, I don't have an exact plan that's the 6th payout. I'm not even halfway. I don't even have my 3rd payout yet. So it's not like I have a 100% clear set plan right now to tell you guys about. If I did, I would let you know, but my knee-jerk reaction is no, I'm not going to be draining the entire account. But I will cross that bridge. I mean, the way things are going right now, I'm not even going to have to consider that till either the middle or the end of March. So I have like quite a bit of time. How are we looking right now? All right, back to break even. That's why I like to lock in a little bit of a profit, just because that effectively, for this particular trade to be break even, it gives me an extra buffer that I can play with. Come on. SPX, it's trying. The bulls are there in the S&P 500. What? Even the Mag 7s. Okay, things are turning more bullish. Clearly, they were bearish till 10:15. Things got pretty smoked, but since 10:15, price is trying to fight back up, and I'm finally seeing a little bit more of excitement in the Mag 7 flow here. We're seeing a little bit of that upturn. What is this right here? About -1 billion in notional delta. If the delta reading can get above that, I think we have a good shot at a recovery. But literally, as I say that, the market just took another hit. Son of a gun. Yeah. Wait. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So big sell-off this morning, big recovery, big sell-off, big recovery, highest delta reading of the day right there. The S&P 500 is trying to get going, but tech is just keeping it back. And I would have a guess that I think is pretty accurate, probably has quite a bit to do with Apple. Apple's getting smoked. It'd be cool to request $1 million. Dude, that would be unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. I would love to be able to pull something off like that, but I also don't want to get the cart before the horse, just because I think it would knock me off like my psychology game. But how's Skynet doing? Skynet got smoked on 2 accounts, but you guys saw that. I was trading 3x the size that it should have been. And right now, the runner position's up 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, which brings the still slightly net negative on the day. And then with respect to my current position, I'm up, not comfortably up, but it's at least green, so I'll take that. If I could just get one little leg to the upside, I might be good there. I might be good. All right, what other big movers do we have? Let's go down our list on the day. DJT down 11%, trying to recover. RUM down 7%, trying to recover. Coin down 5%, trying to recover. MSTR down 5%, trying to recover. Tesla down 3%, trying to recover. NVIDIA in the green, up 0.5%, got smoked, trying to recover. Same with Palantir, very similar. Same with ASML. Apple's the one that is not looking good. Apple got smoked. The news on Apple of why it's performing so poorly, which has other larger implications because it is a top 3 stock in the entire world in terms of market cap, is they dramatically underperformed in their expected iPhone sales in China. So that is not thought to be a good sign, and Apple continuing its trip down and down and down. Meta, Broadcom, MSFT, Amazon, Google's trying to bounce, XRP, Netflix bouncing since 954, Texas Roadhouse flat. Bonds are going up, so yields are dropping a little. You have gold down to 70, or oil down to 76, but going up. You have gold chilling at 2750. You have yields, the yield curve taking a bit of a movement to the downside. Dude, Apple's messing up the party. Let's look at Apple specifically. This is just for Apple, annihilated all day. Not only is price getting annihilated, but options are getting annihilated. At the lowest delta reading of the day, people are buying puts for this Friday. They're selling calls. Nothing but negativity in the short term on Apple. Let's go to Tesla. Tesla, there was a little bit of put buying. Those were covered back. There was a lot of call selling, and now some calls are attempting to come back into the system. Nvidia calls or puts were fine. Then someone bought some longer dated puts. That was a bit weird. Calls were being sold, and they're not really being bought. They're just going flat right now. Palantir, I know we have some Palantir fans in here. No one's really touching puts. A lot of call selling. Probably some monetization because it was green for 4 or 5 days. Calls are slightly coming back in. MSTR, a little bit of call selling and put buying, not so good. What about Coin? Coin looks choppy and messy. Messed up situation. I see some people talking about quantum computing. Nothing on that one, so I can't help you there. Just it's not tracking the flow. All right. Back to the Mag 7. Here we go. Delta flow is tilting back to the downside. That doesn't make me feel so good. Doesn't make me feel so good. And I'm on the red, in the red on this particular play at the moment. All right. I need to protect myself, that's for sure. All right. I need this to bounce like right where we are off of 600. This is the second time today where I'm long and then I'm seeing the delta start to tilt. And my first mistake was this morning right at 952. I saw that, thought price would hold, and then there was a delay, and then price absolutely puked. So I'm attempting to not get myself into that situation right now, which is why I'm watching the current delta flow like an absolute hawk, because I kind of, for those trades, I want to be done on the day. I want to start focusing on my options trades, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm long at 25, and it's trading at, well, it's kind of volatile. It's kind of all over the place. But I am in the red on this. I am in the red. I'm not going to let this go much more. Just I'm a little bit too nervous about how this played out this morning. What are we? All right. It's not the biggest sell-off. It's not reminiscent of 952 where there was like a huge hit, but it's definitely not drifting in my direction either. SPY's picking up a bit. All right. See, this is the problem. Apple's getting annihilated over here. Really tough for the NASDAQ to perform when Apple is just getting murdered. Apple is getting absolutely murdered. Other things are still trying to stop the bleed. They really are. It's Apple that's the culprit here. Things get interesting if the SPY can take out 650. Things get interesting if the Qs can take out 523. We'll create some alerts there. Indecisive day on the first full day of the new president. 45 and now 47. Watching Apple, because this seems to be the wrench in the situation. The monkey on the market's back is Apple just getting killed. Even this, it tried to recover a little bit there. It just keeps getting faded. Keeps getting faded. You could do it. Stop. Apple's just screwing us over. I feel like Apple screws me over more often than it actually assists me. I feel like I'm always complaining about being on the opposite side of the trend of Apple, trying to play the overall market. The overall market's doing one thing, but Apple's so big, it really can slow it down. It's just right now in this recovery on the SPY and the Qs in real time, Apple is just some serious headwinds. When Apple is down 3.9%, it's at the low reading of the day. The options market specific to Apple is getting annihilated. Really tough. Of course, if you get the other guys, Nvidia is a big player. That might be some tailwinds. And then the other big player you got to watch is Microsoft, which is doing what? Nothing. Not really good, not really bad, but at least Nvidia is providing a little bit, trying to counteract the negative movement from Apple here. DJT is trying to pick it back up. DJT is trying to pick it back up. Oh, I'm back in the green. That's sick. And then for those of you curious about Skynet at the moment in time, Skynet is long on 3 different counts. Long, long, long. Here are all the positions. Where's the Skynet one? At the bottom. Long 700 on each of those right here. 700, 700, 700. These other two aren't trading because they got messed up. The code's broken, so I need to fix that later. I was green, and then all of a sudden I just got knocked back into being in the red. Knocked back. 5-minute is indecisive. 10-minute indecisive. 30-minute on ES on the S&P 500 still bullish. 5-minute and 10-minute are indecisive, favoring the bears on the NASDAQ. 30-minute is bearish, but it's trying to get back above. This high between 10 and 1030, these two highs right here, that's right at the 50 EMA. If it can get above that and like recover and hold, which is basically 21,600, like 45, we'll just call it 50. If it can get above 21,650, we're good. That might be a nice dip opportunity in tech, but right now it's struggling at that shelf. Which happens to be, the equivalent level is 522.90 on the Qs. And I'm playing that recovery. I am in the green here. This is my max target on the day. If it turns before that, obviously I'm getting out. I'm already over trading today. So if I'm fortunate enough to lock this one in, I'm definitely going to be done. If this can go all the way up here and I could lock in my 20K, 100% I will be done on the day. 100%. SPY EOD, that's a silly question. There's no one who could predict that. As an active trader, you're not predicting. You're just reacting to good setups. You're reacting to ideally high reward, low risk, high accuracy setups. This idea of just like trying to predict a random value, you're already wildly behind. So, and I know people act that way. That's why it's such a common question, because we live in this fairy tale land, thinking that you could have some sort of model that accurately predicts that. No one can accurately predict that. No one can. So don't do it. Don't like, that's not how you win at trading. You win at trading, you make money by just reacting to the environment. Which way are options going? What's your risk? What's your reward? Are you, or is there breaking news you have to consider? What's going on with volatility? Is it being crushed? Is it expanding? What's going on with the flow of your favorite, like individual equities? Are big equities like Apple and Microsoft and Nvidia, are they agreeing with the overall trend, or are they a little bit more hesitant? Those are the things you just have to consider. It's data input, 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 and you react to it. But just to sit there and ask, oh, like, where are we going to? No one knows. It's a question that there's no answer for, so that it's actually like literally useless to ask it, because like you're just never going to get it. You're just never going to get it. Never, ever going to get it. But I am hopeful that I could at least get this fill, which, when was the last time we were there? I'm trying to find the Q equivalent. So we were there at 950 this morning. So whatever the high at 950-ish was, that's where I'm hoping. I'm hoping we get back up to 523.50, which would be another 60 cents on the Qs. So I'm hopeful that we could get there. The SPY is right at this clear level. Rejection. We're trying to break out right now. You could watch 601.47. That's the intraday high. And then the Qs, it's not the intraday high, but it's the high I care a lot about, 523.68, the high from 948. So those are the levels watching right now. I have a reversal alert set up at the intraday low on both, and then intraday high on the SPY, and clearly a bullish reversal on the Qs right here at 523.68. DJT trying to recover, Nvidia attempting to recover. Like I said, the big issue for the bulls today is Apple. Clearly it is Apple. It is down a lot. It has lost billions of dollars in market cap value between Friday and today, on disappointing iPhone sales in China. So waiting to see how this one plays out. I am currently long, and it has not been an easy trading day for me. If you've been here for the entire stream, you've been seeing that my first trade of the day, I was almost done. It undershot my target by a little bit, and I was too slow to react to a drop in Delta. And I went from almost being done crazy early this morning to being in an absolute, just, I don't know, messed up situation that I'm currently trying to get myself out of. Right now, I'm basically net break even. So this trade in itself is kind of deciding how my day goes. Like I said, I have a little long position. I'm hopeful for this follow through. And then these bottom 5 accounts are actually all in the red. 2 of them are completely done. Like, I'm not touching them because the code's broke. And then the 3 that I'm still trading, that it seems like they're actually running the updated code, are up 600, 600, and 600. But they were up nicer a couple minutes ago. Looks like we got a swift rejection right here at 21,650. And what is happening? That was kind of a unfortunate sell-off. Price is taking a dramatic hit to the downside with options. Oh, okay, never mind. So Mag 7 options are only slightly drifting down, but you can see they are steeply going down in the S&P 500. What do we have? We have 0 DTE call selling and 0 DTE put buying. That lasted for about a couple minutes, and the put buying seems to have flattened out. It does seem to have flattened out right here. I'm not seeing it persist, but we'll just keep an eye on it for a second to see here. But there was right here, this downward direction in the green means 0 DTE calls being sold. So that takes positive delta out of the system. And then you can see 0 DTE puts being purchased. That adds negative delta to the system. So they both are removing delta from the system, as in pushing us lower. And that's why the delta readings are obviously dropping. That is not so good. Not so bueno. A lot more whippy. Nice uptrend to swiftly get smacked. And then the Mag 7, similar, not as dramatic. Nice uptrend that swiftly got smacked, and now it doesn't know what it wants to do. Let's go to the 30 seconds, see if we can discern anything else. Ideally, this is just a higher low, and whatever, this is a breather. We had some profit taking on the calls. Maybe those new put players get absolutely steamrolled. The Mag 7, I'm not liking the weakness that it is persisting to show. I'm not liking that at all. I'm getting a little bit lucky with this bounce, just because right away those call buyers are stepping in and some puts are being closed. So I'm back in the green, but it's choppy, folks. It's choppy. We're going to have to see which way this decides to break. If the Mag 7 had some life in it, if Apple just stopped getting murdered, I think we would be good. But alas, Apple is not stopping in its getting murdered. It almost seemingly likes that it's being murdered for some weird reason. How's Microsoft? At least Microsoft is saying neutral on it. So Nvidia is up, one of the biggest three. The other one is Microsoft not really doing anything. And then obviously Apple is my major concern right now. It just has not been able to catch any traction. Vomited, try to show signs of success, and then hit again. And look at every single time the Qs try to get going and maybe show a little bit of sign, you see Apple getting actually weaker, and then it stops the Qs and really the SPY from even going up. The options flow specific to only Apple is horrendous. It has not stopped. Apple is just getting annihilated. Look at all those puts that were purchased for this Friday, all this call selling. It is doubly bearish, aggressively buying puts, aggressively selling calls. The delta is just jumping off a cliff right now on Apple. So I would have been better off with my current position if Apple just didn't suck so much ass today. But alas, that is where we are. Something that I suppose I just have to deal with, but it is not good. The rest of the Mag 7 is trying to keep the ship steady for sure. What do we have here? No. Didn't like that. Come on. I need this to pop right up. All right, let me check something else for you that might be helpful. Okay, the calls being played are dropping throughout the day and the puts being played are rising throughout the day. So that's kind of indecisive if calls are dropping and puts are picking up in terms of the strike being played. So that's pretty indecisive there. Obviously, this right here, the fact that it's flat is indecisive, and price is flat. So the indecisive nature of options is being almost perfectly reflected in price. And I really do believe we would have kind of been off to the races if Apple weren't so persistently bad. Now, if Apple can magically turn, okay, we pop. But on the flip side, if Apple breaks and then all of a sudden you see Nvidia snap and you see Microsoft snap, yeah, we're going down. And another thing that shows you how indecisive we are, all the EMAs on the 5-minute, like just sideways, 10-minute sideways. It is bullish on the 30-minute there, but right here, 5-minute, 10-minute are bearish. They are kind of pointing down, but the 30-minute, it's trying to recover. It closed below it, sold off, bounced all the way back up, try to get going, even put in a higher value, smacked again. So it's right here. The Nasdaq just has no clue what it wants to do. The SPY is attempting to get going, but this is what you have to watch. I'd be watching this sideways range, and we were a little bit above it. We were a little bit below it, but you can see just that the most of the trades today has happened between 523 and just below 522. There's basically a $1.25 range in the Qs that we've been in for most of the day. So ideally, we could get above it. Like I said, that's where we started off today. We sold into it. They tried to break below it. Then it reverted right back into it. Even the SPY, I mean, even more recently, it's more of a 75-cent range. Are we going? The Qs are back at their red-green test.
Order filled.
Shit. Where's the flow? SPX flow just dipped. No, what do I want to do? How bad is it? How bad's the damage? Got to get rid of this. That's not going to get hit now. What time is it? It's almost 11. Oh, we tried. It tried to get the breakout and just, it could not follow through. I'm going to give this one quick second, see if there's anything I could do to just like save face a bit. Most importantly, Yeah, the Mag 7 took another hit. It really did. 5 minute. The 5 minute and 10 minute are now bearish. The 5 minute and 10 minute have been bearish here. The 30 minute, that's what concerns me. The 30 minute on the NASDAQ is bearish. The 30 minute on the S&P 500 is bullish. When there's a mismatch like that, I've been starting to track this more and more. It becomes incredibly difficult to get those nice follow throughs. It really does. Where's the flow? I see prices bouncing a little bit, but the Mag 7's not doing anything. The options right here are picking up on the S&P 500. What are they doing? They are doing both, seemingly. Monetizing some puts. The puts are going to the upside, and they're buying some calls. But is it enough? Is it enough? Especially when, I'm telling you this right now, the Mag 7 is not looking happy. We are pretty close to the intraday low reading for that delta. So yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of a bounce with you guys, but it's a very, very unstable bounce as long as the delta remains this horrible. This horrible. Even this looks a little bit better on the S&P 500, but I don't think we're necessarily out of the woods. I'm getting lucky because I just arbitrarily held right here. Like I said, getting lucky. Maybe I should just take I could just end my pain on the day, end the day slightly green. Especially when I'm not in love with the Mag 7. Starting to fade this a little. Where are we on price? All right, now it's coming down to this zone. We could tighten it up a little bit. Yeah. No one, it just didn't entice. If anything, it's actually now getting faded. What are they doing today? Just no one. What the fuck is this? Just a choppy mess, folks. An absolute choppy mess. That's been, most of the day. Yeah, we had some nice ranges at first, but still kind of whipsaw. It was just whipsaw larger ranges. And since then, just pinned to very, very small ranges. The Mag 7 making no clear moves, if obviously still just kind of drifting down, but maybe showing signs of bottoming. The S&P 500 tried to bounce and literally in real time just got smacked again as I'm talking to you, unfortunately. Unfortunate for the bulls, but just nothing's happening. Oh, Apple. Holy crap. Apple. There's green. Didn't even know that was legal. Did not even know it was legal for Apple to have a green bar. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating for Apple. Look at that. Apple showing a green bar. I think that deserves a little bit of a round of applause. Apple showing up to the party. Finally, people saying maybe we just buy the dip. Even though it was only a small green bar, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it because who knows how rare that's going to be today for Apple to actually show. I cannot believe there was enough bullish aggression to push it up a bit. Miracles do happen. Let's just call it a Christmas miracle. Fascinating, dude. Absolutely fascinating. Oh, man. Well, while we're waiting for this to happen, once again, a reminder, check out Public. It is free to download, free to sign up, no commission fees, no per contract fees. You earn a rebate. If you are an options trader or want to be an options trader, there's no better place to trade options than Public. It is my favorite place because of the rebate, and they also happen to just really care about their clients much more than the other players who care about their market maker clients. While Public, they've put in so many clear steps and efforts to show you how much you, the retail trader, is really their main client. So show them a little bit of love. Like I said, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. Use that link and you can start earning your rebates as an options trader as early as today. Up, back down to Apple getting smacked. Which way is this going, dude? It doesn't know which way it's going. Where am I? Oh, wow. I'm in the green somehow. Do I just want to end my misery today? I guess I could try to give it one more test somewhere between 40 and 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe the 8th time is the charm for this breakout from the 40 to 50, like right here. Maybe I'll give it a quick second. Maybe Lady Luck's going to be on my side. Or maybe I should just be taking green while green is worth taking, you know? Come on.
Order filled.
Order filled. That was the Robos. Robos going long again. Skynet's going long. Come on, break it out. Break out of 49.
Order submitted.
Do I have a fighting chance here? The show's kind of over, but I figure we're kind of at a important part. I don't want to just ditch you guys before you know how this particular story ends. I don't want to ditch you guys. Dude, it really might be the 8th rejection right in this zone. It tried to get going. It was aiming up at maybe pushing a new local high, taking out 662, taking out 523. Nope, faded again. We're just in some sort of purgatory right now. Yeah, even the options are fading on this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What purgatory have we gotten ourselves into? What about XRP? What about it? It's a great active trade to be bullish or bearish. It's a stupid investment. It really is. I don't know why people think that if it can even pull off what it's attempting to pull off, replacing the SWIFT banking system, why would that make XRP more valuable? It doesn't make sense. It's still the idea of like the greater fool theory and just FOMO and excitement, and it has the worst security. My biggest issue with Ripple is that it does not have a safe, secure way of verifying the blockchain. The way, fuck, dude, seriously. For those of you who don't know, XRP, don't take my word for it, but go look into how they secure the blockchain on Ripple. It's not proof of work. It's not proof of stake. They literally just have like friends, basically like trusted people who they run the system, and they're like, okay, like tell us if it's right or wrong. They have no financial incentive to keep it accurate. It has the worst security. That's my big issue with it as an investment, is that I think it gaining value in the future is dubious based on as an investment. I think it could gain value clearly off the greater fool theory and people talking about it and covering it and getting excited. We've seen that many times in the past elevate, whether it's an equity or crypto. I mean, hell, we have meme coins, we had AMC, we had GME, we had NOK, we had BB. That stuff happens. I fully admit that. But in terms of an investment, my big concern is it has like the worst security in the world of crypto. The worst security. And I don't think there's a single person who actually knows about XRP or crypto in a general sense that would actually say it has good security. Like there's not one solid argument for it at all. And I am just getting whipped. We are clearly trending down on the S&P 500. Mag 7, not looking good. Doesn't know what it wants to do. Shoot. How much did we bounce? I'm slightly red. I guess the eighth time wasn't the charm. The eighth time wasn't the charm. Matt hates AMC. No, I hate the people who lie about AMC, and I hate the leadership team of AMC. I'm not generically against the company. I want it to be successful. I'm not against movies. I really enjoy going to the movies. I hate the people who lie to you about it, and there are many people lying to you about it. And I also particularly have issues with Adam Aaron because I think all evidence would point to the fact that he clearly took advantage of novice traders and investors and basically blew smoke up their ass to transfer money from their wallets to his personal wallet. Dude, Apple. MSTR is actually having a decent recovery. So is Coin. Coin went from 301 all the way down to 274, back up to 286. That's crazy. How's Tesla doing? Tesla went from 433 down to 406, back up to 414. And the SPY and the Qs are just range bound. Here's a look at options, just flat, indecisive. SPX got hit pretty hard from 1045 until the turn of the hour. And now maybe it is showing a bit of enthusiasm, but it still might just be a lower high. So I'd be looking for the net delta, the notional delta, to take out negative 300 million. So it could just get out of this trend. But I think this is going to be associated with the SPY getting above and holding above 650 and the Qs getting above and holding above 523. Until that happens, that would be the bull case. The bear case would be the SPY pushing below 599.50 and holding below it, or the Qs pushing below 521.50. So you have the bull case, you have the bear case. Obviously, play accordingly. Play accordingly. And until then, we are stuck in purgatory. I have a bullish position, but that was from a bit ago where things were looking better. I thought, okay, the S&P 500 30 minutes bullish on the NASDAQ. This was over a half hour ago where we took out that high, and I was like, okay, this is a fake out breakdown and we're coming right back up. But right now we are 24 minutes away from potentially having the fourth bar close below the 50 EMA. So between the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, we are getting very different messages. So we have to wait for that messaging to clean itself up. The SPY is currently catching a bid. Right here, you can see the index options are getting pushed up. Not as much as you probably think that they would based on the size of this move, but we are getting into a low liquidity environment. It's past 11. And then if you look at the Mag 7, slowly but surely drifting to the upside, but nothing to run home to mom about. Just a really small, methodic drift to the upside. We're still caught in that range. I had the ranges marked out. Like I said, if we get above and hold, great, that's bullish. If we go below and break down and hold below, great, because then you could play it in the bearish direction. But until then, you just got to wait. You just got to wait. Well, while we are waiting, obviously, don't forget to sign up for Public. You're really going to enjoy it. There's a good reason I like it. Use that link because you're going to get a specialty bonus in the rebate tier that you start in. And then also in the description of the video, I believe it's the second link in the description of the video. If you want to join up with the Goonie Trading Discord, do so with use that code Goonie when you're becoming a supporter on Locals, because that will give you free access to the Discord for 1 month and free access to everything for a month. So if you want that freebie month, literally no risk to you, use that code Goonie. If you don't like it within that first month, just cancel your account and you're never going to have to pay anything. And then if you do like it, obviously you are more than welcome to stick around. But to be able to do this, sign up for Locals, become a supporter on Locals, and then just connect your Discord. There's a giant Discord button right there. And also the second link message has the link to the Discord. So either of those work. If you have any issues, reach out to me, media@matthewkors.com if you want to email me, or DM me on Discord, MMK147, and I will personally help you. Are we turning? We turned on the SPY, kind of. And then the Qs are like just at the top end of its range. Coin is recovering. Tesla's doing nothing. MSTR is recovering. RUM's recovering. DJT tried to recover, got hit though. Nvidia has been bouncing. Palantir's been bouncing. Microsoft is catching a bid, and Apple is doing nothing. So that's kind of the overall situation we are at. All All right, team, listen up. That's it for me. I do have some other things I have to take care of today. I will post a photo on Twitter telling you how this trade plays out. You can see my upper target. That's the max I'm going to... Is it going to hit right now? Maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. If this does hit, I'll be locking in 20 grand on the day. I might have to get out earlier. By the time we push 60, which is 15 points away, I'll also be setting a stop for break even just so it doesn't cost me any money. But it's been a rough day for me. It's been a rough day. I just, some unfortunate reversals in price right before my profit targets were being hit. So sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm hopeful for this last trade. Well, this is my last trade regardless. I know myself and also just my own trading statistics. When I'm at the point that I'm at, not only at the time of the day, but based on how many trades that I've already done, it starts to really get bad for me. So just knowing the history of my trading, knowing just the odds of the stock market, this is it for me. So I'm hoping we just right now, it would be sick if while I'm still here with you, we rip all the way up. But if we get enough of a push, I'll put in a stop. And then worst case scenario is I'm basically break even on the day. But I know the odds of my success from here on out based on the time of the day and also based on just my own history, it really starts to deteriorate, like really starts to. So come on, just keep going. Just make it easy for me. Make it easy. All right. If we can hit 523.50 on the Qs, I'll be where I need to be for a rough equivalent level. If we can get to this 951 high, like I said, I just need the Qs to pop like 50, 55 cents, something like that, and I should be good to go. But the bane of my existence currently is Apple, because the rest of the market is trying to bounce. RUM's bouncing, coins bouncing, MSTR is bouncing, Tesla even tried to bounce a bit, Nvidia's going, Palantir's going, Microsoft even caught it. It's just this Apple, man. It's really keeping the market down. Bitcoin, big pop out of nowhere. Bitcoin going from 105,000 this morning down to 103,000, all the way back up to 105. So a very dramatic shoulder, head, shoulder, inverted head and shoulder. You could call it a cup and handle. Maybe a candle will be building out from here. I have no idea. But crypto, as you would expect, I don't know if Trump just announced something. Did he? Bank of America tweeting they are ready to use XRP. So I doubt that they actually will. I would want to see true evidence of it right here. Bitcoin getting that pop. Somehow coin still in the red. Somehow MSTR still in the red. Makes no sense to me, especially with Bitcoin hitting an all-time high yesterday at 109, showing quite a bit of strength right now. Come on, coin. Come on, MSTR. Get going. Pump. How's Mara and Riot? Mara waking up a little bit. Riot waking up a little bit. So crypto, like right now, I mean, you can see it in real time. You have Bitcoin almost hitting 106. So quite the swing today, literally going from 102 and some change all the way up to almost 106. And hopefully it just keeps going. Hopefully it just keeps going. Matt, I need to know, what will this SPY be at close? I wish I knew. Dude, why can't we just hold this? The SPY got a nice pump, giving a little bit back right now, and the Mag 7, it's just not catching a breather. They just keep hammering Apple down and down and down. It's just, come on. Maybe I could use this low, though, as my stop. Maybe I just use that. Man, I feel bad. I don't want to leave you guys, like, especially when I'm either this close to maybe having the stop or the profit hit. But it's just so lethargic. It's just not doing anything. Like, if it looked like Bitcoin, we'd be moving. Bitcoin's crushing it right now. Bitcoin, nice recovery. If I was actively trading right now, I would target just below 107, some support, a breakdown, resistance at 106,900, something like that. But I don't actively trade Bitcoin. But if you do, Godspeed. Trump coin, Trump's getting a little bit of a Trump pump, bouncing off of 30, going back up to 40. Would love to see it take out 50. The low 55s is where it was at the start of the inauguration. So a recapture of that would be pretty freaking cool. But today, the fun today all relates to what's on the screen right now. And as you can see, Apple looks like crap. Absolute trash. Absolute garbage. I mean, even if you look at the daily chart on Apple, it's not like it's been getting hammered lately. Absolutely hammered. Look at that. Just puking from 260 all the way down to 220. So bounce, big sell-off day, consolidation day, gap down, puke. Maybe we can bounce here at 220 because there is some consolidation, support. So maybe people will react to 220. Currently trading at 220 and some change, 40 cents. So I'm hoping that this pain on Apple can stop because the rest of the market is trying to do something bullish. Microsoft is, Palantir is, Nvidia is, Tesla even tried to get going, Meta, ASM, everything's looking better than freaking Apple right now. Everything's looking better. SPY's trying to get going. We had a expanding pattern, a higher high and a lower low, so that's a tough one. We come back up, got smashed at 6,025 multiple times. Now it's trying to fight. The next stop would be 6,030. Remember, a key upside target on the day would be 6,050, but that's if it could take out the intraday high. And I think a lot of that is going to specifically relate to, there's a little bit of positivity coming in right there. I see a bit of bullishness. I see some positive delta coming in for the Mag 7 finally. We just had to wait for absolutely ever. Where are we at? We're at 55. My target's at 76. I should be setting in a stop somewhere. Should I? The place I should actually have my stop is like closer to 15. So that's still actually me in the red. Do I just want to take my 10K and end it today? It hasn't been my best session ever. But am I just not being patient though? Because I'm not like sweating anything. If I get out now, it's kind of like arbitrarily getting out. But it is nice knowing that like the day just has not been the best for me. And I could get out with 10K of locked in profit like right now. What do I want to do? How do I want to handle it? Or I could just set the proper stop, leave the price, the profit target in, and just go from there. That's always an option. Take the 10K. Yep, that's what you guys would say. That's the classic issue with retail trading is you're always getting out of good trades too early and holding on to losing trades way too long. The actual response is your risk or reward hit? If the answer is no, then you should still be in the play. If your risk is hit, you got to take the L. If your reward is hit, you got to take the W. Anything in between, you just need to develop more patience. This has been reiterated a million times, but it is very accurate. The common methodology of retail traders is as soon as they're a little bit in profit, they lock it in because they get too like amped up that they're seeing green. And then also when they're red, they let it ride too long because they don't want to handle taking a losing trade. So that's why you commonly see profit taking way too early and holding on to losses way too long. And it's a tough thing, obviously, because you do want every single trade to go your way. But remember, you have to take a step back and listen to it as a system. You got to play it out as a system. So for me, I want this to run up, and I know in the long term, that's the right decision. But on this individual trade, will the right decision be the most profitable? I have no idea. A win is a win. That's not true at all. A win is not a win. If your system calls for you to go for 2x reward relative to your risk, and you're just taking small profits whenever you're in a profit, you'll be a net loser in the long term. That's one of the most, deceptively stupid things that people try to say on the internet, that a profit's a profit, green's green. It's not at all. You have to think of it as a system. If you're continually taking profits too early, you're not going to be making enough money to pay for your losses. And then you're going to turn your system that's potentially a net winner into a net loser. So it is, It's not. On a choppy day to win, once again, it is not. I don't know who's teaching you or where you're getting your information from, but absolutely not. A choppy day is descriptive of what's happened. That doesn't mean from there on out it's going to remain a choppy day. In fact, nothing about that is going to tell you what's coming down. Of course, it might be a choppy day. It also might not be a choppy day at all. So that, like, there's little things like that are commonly echoed in the retail trading space that are just not right, are absolutely just not right. The whole point of being a successful trader is finding a system that is net profitable over a large data series. And then if you're confident that the system is still viable, you have to bet accordingly, probably something like half or a quarter size Kelly criterion, use the proper bet sizing, and you let it play out and you stick to your system day in and day out. You don't override it when you're feeling better about it. You don't override it when you're feeling worse about it. You're trying to take you and your emotions out of it. When the die are in the air, you just let it see how it plays out. But these little things of like, no, a green's green. Green is not green. Green is absolutely not green. The description of, oh, yesterday was choppy, this morning is choppy, so just get out. Nope, that has nothing to do with the remainder of the day. A system is a system for a reason. The entire point is to take you and your psychology out of the equation, because maybe that day your psychology's on and you're crushing it, and maybe your psychology's completely off and you're having a bad day. So that's not how you do it. Then you already decided, stop asking us. Well, I guess I was thinking out loud, and like throughout the day, remember, the quality of your trade is not based on did you make money or did you lose money. It's based on the quality of the decision. So I was kind of explaining to you the decision-making process in this whole ordeal. And I guess it's also important for me to reiterate some of these things that retail traders just like are always continually getting wrong. And I know that from personal experience, because not only do I see thousands and thousands and thousands of retail traders doing it wrong every single day, but I lived years of my life. And even still now, sometimes like you go on tilt and you start making these poor decisions that you shouldn't be doing. So I like, more than personally seeing it on a secondary basis, it's more of like I've lived it, and sometimes I still actively live it. So I suppose my job is not only to attempt to make money here, but to try to like reframe, I suppose, the retail trading mental framework of what trading is. I think a lot of retail traders at the core don't actually know what trading is. Don't absolutely know. I just like watching you, man. I take the opposite positions to you on a trade short term, long with you. Depending on your analysis versus mine, it's actually part of my system, LOL, and I'm profitable. How would you be profitable if you're fading my position? Because I'm profitable. So if you're doing the opposite of me and I'm profitable, you can't be profitable. It just doesn't work that way. I mean, where's my trade analysis? Trade performance. Let's get the accounts. Is this all the Apex accounts? Well, here, I'll click these. Those are all the Apex accounts, and we're going to go from the time that they started. Let's just do this, generate. I'm up $691,000. So that doesn't make sense at all. This is my actual performance from the start of these accounts. My trades, I'm right about 70% of the time. It looks like I'm a little bit better at shorting than I am going long. I made $77,000 off going long. I made $613,000 off going short. And then once again, this is for all 20 accounts put together. My average trade, like this is all the info, but right here, this is the key number, up 691,000. So I don't think it's logically impossible for you to fade me and be profitable, and then yet I'm profitable. It doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. But good luck with that. Oh, finally, something going on in options. What was this? 0DT call buying. Just hit the tape. Going flat right now, but a little bit ago on some pop we had in the market. 0DTE S&P 500 call buying, hitting the tape. Mag 7 still flat, still doing absolutely nothing. I would love for this to break out and do something, but the Mag 7 is being drugged down. Well, it's trying to go up. Look at the SPY's like raring to go, rearing its head, and then Apple is just ruining the entire party. Apple is ruining my life. Ruining my life. Well, folks, it's that time of the day. I was trying to wait. Like I said, later on Twitter, I will post how this trade concludes. I'll let you know how these 20 counts play out. Either my risk is going to get hit, my profit's going to hit. I am going to continually move up my risk as ideally the trade gets closer and closer to my profit target. And hopefully they converge on 21,676. Obviously, I will, I'll let you know. I'll pay attention on Twitter. Man, the SPY's looking so good right now, and the Qs just can't catch this bid because no, dude, look at that. Even with this giant pop, well, now the SPY's getting smacked. SPY's getting smacked. Let me guess. Yep. Didn't even have to. Pretty much guaranteed that it was the Mag 7 screwing it up, and I bet without even looking, wow, it is Apple. Dude. A story as old as time. A story as old as time. All right, folks, that's what I have for you right now. Show a little bit of love to public. Don't forget to use that link. You'll start at a higher rebate tier, so you'll start generating more money from your trades even faster using that link. And then if you want to join the Goonie Trading Discord, your first month's free when you sign up on Locals. If you use that promo code Goonie, Goonie, is how you get that first month. Later on today, we'll be posting an update video, and then we're going to be streaming in the morning, 9 a.m., bright and early. Hope to see you there. I appreciate all the good vibes. I hope you crush the market. If Apple can stop getting hammered, I think there's a really nice chance at a recovery, but that's a giant if. If Apple ends up keeping going down and then Nvidia and Microsoft start chasing it down as well, it's kind of more of a lookout below. But I give that bear case less of a probability of working out than Apple stopping the bleed. So I just want to be kind of clear there. Obviously, all you have to do is watch the options flow and see when the hemorrhaging on Apple ideally finally stops. That's what I have for you. Love you all. Catch you later. Peace.